What a difference 24 hours make. Instead of running street battles, demonstrators arriving at Tahrir Square this morning found smiling soldiers working with opposition organizers to set up checkpoints so no troublemakers got in. And if there was any doubt which side the army was on, this mob of Mubarak supporters was left on the outside looking in, blocked by tanks. Today, the square felt like the safest place in Cairo, with an air of celebration. But the underlying anger with Mubarak hasn't gone away.
He's dealing with us like a group of animals, not respectful people.
Opposition organizers called this the day of departure, and they asked for hundreds of thousands of people to come after Friday prayers. Well, they certainly got the numbers that they hoped for. The question is, will it be enough to force Mubarak out?
Do you think this is it? Is this going to do the trick? Is it going to make today the day of departure?
The guy is like Spider-Man. He's not going to let go. We need to push harder.
There are people in Egypt who are pushing for a compromise. A group of distinguished Egyptians known as the Committee of Wise Men has a proposal for Mubarak to remain president until elections this fall, but stripped of power. His vice president would take over immediately. The parliament would be dissolved and the protesters would get amnesty. We wanted to talk with one of the committee members, but because of Cairo's curfew, we had to do it on Skype.
The president would like to have a dignified exit. So I think these proposals constitute a sort of face-saving exit out of this situation.
This deal keeps intimates of Mr. Mubarak at the center of government, people that the demonstrators think are part of the problem, like the vice president. Why do you think they'll accept it?
They will have, at the end, to accept a sort of compromise.
But it's hard to believe that many people in this crowd, as tired as they are, would buy into any deal that allows Hosni Mubarak to remain president, even if it's only in name. In fact, the demonstrators, a few thousand of whom are still down there in the square tonight, have called for 3 more million-person marches next week. Katie?
And Liz, this new power-sharing agreement that you've described between the opposition leaders and the vice president, will Hosni Mubarak sign on to this?
That's the big question. He must be under enormous pressure, not only from the army and also his close advisors, but also from the business community. This country has been brought to a standstill by this upheaval, and many people are losing millions, if not billions of dollars a day. He's got to know that.
And Liz, I imagine the impact this has all had on the Egyptian economy is enormous.
Crippling. We were talking to an international banker earlier this evening who's desperate to get his system functioning again. He can't even fill the cash machines. They're running out of money. And of course, that means families are running out of money. Every day this goes on implies weeks of recovery down the road that's going to impose hardship on the whole nation.
And Egypt is already an immensely poor country. Liz Palmer in Cairo. Liz, thank you so much.